Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Coffee Break, and welcome back to the CoffeeCast Ladder Cast Edition, where we're pulling games off of Reddit CastIt and just kind of BSing around for the sake of it. Casting with me, as always, is the wonderful Sleeper Cells, who this time around will get the first introduction. Pick whoever. Pick whoever.
I am touched. I am just, my heart is melting. Thank you so much for those kind words, that kind introduction. I will go ahead and take my true race, the best ones, and leave you with the race that you're diamond with. So spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, it is going to be our red Zerg player from Clan IG, DroneofArc, not to be confused with Joan of Arc.
Well, you know what? At least we can pronounce DroneofArc's name properly instead of calling the other guy DJ Helium, and then I looked at the name and was like, oh wait, it's Helium.
We will figure out a way to mess it up.
Crap. Probably. It'll probably come out like, DroneofArc is doing something, and it'll just be like a complete mumble. Hits opponent on the top right-hand side of Frost. Up in that 1 o'clock position, it is going to be the blue Terran player, Cartel's ProMarine. And actually, for once, I actually like the clan tag because I can pronounce it. It's an actual word. It's not spelled right, but it is an actual word.
It's an actual word. It's not spelled right, and it's alternating capitals. Which is just
it's
the best.
Obviously professional.
It is the best clan tag of all time. Obviously, that is well made.
Oh my gosh, is this drone gonna die? The scouting drone almost died to the scouting SCV there. I'm a little surprised. This is Frost, okay, mind you. Frost is a huge map. I'm a little surprised that ProMarine didn't actually choose to go for a 15 or 16 CC.
Well, we did see the 15 hatch out of DroneofArc, so he will be going for that economy. I'm guessing that maybe there's a timing on the way from Marine. That would have to be my guess. He is getting gas, so I'm guessing it's going to go Reaper into early factory here. More than likely Hellions would be my guess.
No, it can't be an early factory because look how many minerals he's banking up, Oh, supply depot. Yeah, no, I think that this has got to be a one rack into command center. I don't know. He does have a lot of gas, though, doesn't he?
He's getting a lot of gas.
Oh, wait. Is he going for second Reaper? He's going second Reaper, actually.
Oh.
A double Reaper opening. Is this going to be the triple Reaper opening? We've been seeing this a little bit in the professional games lately, and this is a higher level. If I recall rightly, this was a Masters versus Masters when I downloaded it, I think. So we might be seeing a triple Reaper, which is actually really good against slowling. So if you don't get that metabolic boost upgrade, you can actually find yourself in a little bit of hurt from these Reapers.
Yeah, well, speaking of Reapers, the first one gonna go ahead and go right up into the natural expansion. Queen not even halfway done yet. Couple Lings gonna go ahead and pop up. They are not gonna be able to clean up the Reaper on their own. Reaper just gonna stutter step back, cleaning up a couple Lings' health, not quite killing the Lings themselves. There goes the first Ling, gonna go ahead and fall. But these Lings have definitely done their job. The Queens will spawn, and that will be able to ward off this Reaper, no problem at all. Looks like he might get this last Ling here. No, gonna go ahead and back on out of there. Second Reaper gonna go ahead and join the first. And they're gonna start doing Reaper things, jumping up, down, every which way.
You know, two Reapers poses a really big threat, as opposed to just one where, you know, you can kind of micro around one with your Queens and your Zerglings and push them back a little bit. Two Reapers kill drones really fast. And actually, we're seeing Zerglings. Oh my gosh, this Zergling, it either halted, it doesn't have a kill on it. Something killed off. It must be this Zergling up here. Yeah, something killed off the SCV that was building the command center, delaying this expansion, which is a great hit for DroneofArc, who had to spend a little bit of his time taking care of the Reapers in his main base, so that's nice for him. And Zerglings are going to get cleaned up by the Reapers finally coming back home here, and it looks like probably, I don't know, I'm guessing with, I don't know, is that going to be double Hellion? That's double Hellion.
He was forced to repair the reactor as well, which is just not at all what you want early on in the game, especially when it was a single Ling just nibbling away. That was just a really rough start for ProMarine here. We're going to have to see how he recovers from this, because that was actually kind of bad, especially considering the third hatchery is on the way for DroneofArc. Going to be going ahead and moving up forward into that economy. Does have two gas geysers, though. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do with that. Possibly early Spire? Question mark?
Well, it could be. I'm still waiting for the Roach Warren to come down, though, because, I mean, it's so standard to see this Reaper, and it's going to be, whoa, it's going to be Banshees, actually, out of ProMarine here. So it's going to be Hellion Reaper Banshee, which is like this really, really old opening and timing attack that we used to see Terran players do. And I was actually watching WCS EU today, and we saw MVP do that versus Lucifer.
Is that the MMA match? Oh, no, yes, it was.
Yeah, Lucifer.
No, it was Vortex.
Vortex, sorry. I always get those guys mixed up. There is an attack down at the third base right now, by the way. Just the Hellions and the Reapers trying to pick away at this third base. But as we know, Hellions and Reapers are not exactly known to be base destroyers. That's going to take a little bit of time. Not anymore, yeah.
Remember the old Reapers?
The D8 charges? Oh, gosh, it was just ridiculous.
It would throw a grenade and your hatchery would just explode.
Baneling Nest is on the field. That's where we're going to be investing our gas for the moment. And God, that's really not indicative of where we're going to be going with our mid-game still. Well. He is going double upgrades. He's actually going melee attack, so maybe Zergling Muta into a Zergling Ultralist transition later on. I mean, that's pretty far down the line. But that's my current guess as to where we're going to be going. And I don't know what the heck ProMarine's doing right now. I don't know what happened to that Banshee. It is on the map somewhere.
It's over with the army. This is sort of a weird version of the 1-1-1. Looks like he will be able to clean up these queens, though. There's just so many Hellions that if you get enough of them, eventually they're actually going to be able to do a little damage. Cloak is finished, and the first Banshee has joined the fight and is starting to pick away at this third base, which will fall, it looks like. That is not good at all. This is definitely getting him caught up from that early disparity that he had at the start of this game. Ling's going to go ahead and pop out, but Ling's not going to be able to deal with this many Hellions. No. Not generally a good choice versus this high of a Hellion count. I think you're right. I think Roach is making a better decision here, but it looks like he sort of had an idea of what he wanted to do and just did it, and damn the consequences. His scouting was a little bit late as well. So he's just now scouting the Banshees on the field. Yeah, we have 30 more Lings coming out, but as we saw, that last batch just really trickled in. That was just a sloppy execution there by DroneofArc. And this is why a lot of players are getting that preemptive Roach Warren. I mean, it's pretty cheap overall. Zerglings are going to try to get this around here, but gosh, there's just so many Hellions. I mean, there's more Zerglings coming in. It's going to push us back. But think about how many Zerglings he lost trying to do this as well. I mean, that was a lot. That last batch alone, okay? That last batch alone. 30 Zerglings, that's 15 Larva, that's 15 drones that he doesn't have now. Now there's also double Banshee over here. Banshees have an insane DPS. They're going to be able to start wheeling away apparently at the macro hatchery. That decision I don't necessarily like. I would have liked to see him continue on one of the evolution chambers or maybe go into a drone line. But overall, I think DroneofArc's in a bad pace here. Okay, when you see that Spore Crawler going to go ahead and start picking away, does not get that Banshee. And so now these Banshees are just going to have free reign here over the main base of DroneofArc. There is the one Spore Crawler, which actually died, so there's no defense in this base whatsoever. We do see the Ling is going to try and do a counterattack, but as there's a double wall here of supply depots, I don't care how many Banelings you make, that's not going to be a good trade.
No,
as this is triple-sized wall goes in.
This is something that we see a lot of times in later games where you'll see a lot of Banelings explode on a planetary fortress, kill everything off, and then there's just no army to deal with the counterattack. And that's what we're going to be seeing here, I think. The Banelings actually getting caught behind the Zerglings, having a trouble time getting through there.
Oh, there's a hole in that wall!
Oh man, oh my goodness! The SCV line just getting absolutely destroyed there. Baneling's gonna try to run up the ramp now, and a couple of great Baneling detonations there, going to mop up the army of ProMarine. There is that Widow Mine on the ramp, and a little too late. The Banshees are getting cleaned up back in the main base as well. One last not transfusion, larva inject goes off on that lair. And did this game just equal out? It did. I think DroneofArc might actually be in a slightly better position, only slightly.
Well, I mean, DroneofArc killed 20 workers in that fight. ProMarine did not kill that many at all. He only killed 7 drones. That being said, in the harvester count, we are 34 drones to 30 SCVs. So I think you're right. I think this game is normalized. We're getting a third base for the second time in this game. And we're going to have to see where this game goes from here. That was just such a huge mistake by ProMarine. There's that hole.
if that hole hadn't been there, that would have changed the entire. That would have been an extra what, 5 or 6 banelings on one building, if not more, and that would have completely changed the side. All those SCVs wouldn't have died. The economy would be in favor of ProMarine, and now it's just kind of equal. ProMarine is pushing out. He does have a slightly bigger army. By slightly bigger, I mean by about 20. And again, only Zerglings and banelings. At least he will have the banelings, but does he have centrifugal hooks?
He has banelings speed, yeah.
He does. Okay, so this is a feasible hold here for DroneofArc.
Yeah, well, here comes the army moving in. 2 Widow Mines there, a little bit damaged. They are going to be leading the middle of the charge because the Hellions are joining the charge. And here come the banelings. Are they going to be able to catch these Marines? All of the Marines get no! That's beautiful Widow Mine hit, cleaning up every single one of those banelings for almost no cost to ProMarine. This third hatchery is once again in extreme danger. The last of the lane is going to go ahead and fall. This hold is now looking a lot more grim.
Was it me, or did it look like those banelings just weren't detonating? Almost like they were on a move order and he was trying to get the perfect hit. Yeah, and oh man, Zergling's just screaming in. He's not grouping these up properly. There we go. He might hold this yet. In fact, I don't know. That's a great positioning. He will hold. But that, again, that was such an inefficient trade. And actually going to lift off and go into the main base, that's going to be a little bit annoying, but I don't think it's going to do any damage.
Now, we do have some lings already there, as well as this double queen. It should be able to clean this up, no problem at all. Taking a quick look at the upgrades here, we do have 1-2 melee attack for our Zergy Zerg. And on the Terran side of things, the bio is currently at 0-0.
Yep, that's exactly where we're at right now.
And let's see, is there a Hellion anywhere? I don't believe he has any upgrades on his tech.
No, if you just look over that upgrade tab, all we have right now is Stim Pack, Combat Shield, and Banshee Cloak, which really won't be used for the rest of the game, I'm assuming. He does have his third base established now. He's actually starting to saturate it, expended towards his opponent, just looking at how aggressive he's planning on being this game. I think that's kind of a telltale sign. The creep spread right now, by the way, for DroneofArc, not bad. It gives him a pretty good defensive radius. We do have this medevac that was spotted by that creep. No reaction as of yet. Is going to get right into that natural expansion and do absolute die. Wow, that
there he goes.
Oh man, that hurt to watch. And by the way, the Mutalisks are on the field. We do have Zerg flyer attacks coming in. No hive tech as of yet. Still do need that infestation pit, which I don't think we have.
Nice scan on the spire.
Well, he saw it with his last drop.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah. So he knows what's coming. Just now, actually, he's just now getting a missile turret down in that third base. A little bit late. I think he might have kind of missed it before. I don't think he was paying enough attention before. Is going to, oh man, is that a changeling?
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh, who uses changelings?
I do.
Oh.
Every good Zerg does?
Obviously, I'm not playing enough good Zergs.
Obviously, you're not playing good Zerg either.
Obviously, I'm not playing. Let's not get too complicated here. Zerglings and Banelings are going to be running in towards this third base. The Banelings into that mineral line. How many SCVs are going to die right here? And it looks like not too many. Not too many. About half of them in there did die off. But keep in mind, that was not a full trade. DroneofArc still does have an army behind this.
Well, that command center
but not nearly as much.
That command center took a lot of Baneling hits. It's about half HP, which just tells me how many Banelings did in fact hit it. That one mine gonna go ahead and no, it did not get burrowed, so it is not gonna be able to go down. Here come, oh, look at those Banelings are gonna hide in the side. Are they gonna, the mines are gonna blow everything up? No, maybe yes, kind of a little bit.
Actually, I think this trade's going fairly well for DroneofArc overall. The Banelings did get some decent hits. He cleaned up the mines. If he could get this last batch of Marines, which he is going to with the Banelings and the Zerglings, and oh man, one last nice little Baneling hit just to round everything out. Right before 1-1 finishes up, by the way. If 1-1 finished up before that, that would have been a completely different engagement. I guarantee it.
Look at that medevac count. That is absurdly high, as we do see another medevac going into the third base of DroneofArc. Look at that supply, too. 117 to 89. Definitely shows that Marine is a decent amount ahead as the first handful of Marines do drop off at the third base. Going to be cleaned up, no problem at all. But these drones, these traitorous drones, are going to go ahead and reveal the fact that there is a fourth base up. So the Marines in the medevac are going to be able to get to that fourth base, kill a couple drones, and then retreat as we do see the main push of medevacs pushing the front.
Oh, this is tragic. There's nothing to be able to kill these off. There is One Marine in all of those run, medevacs, run. Oh, that's a bad position to be in. We never saw Mutalisk really come out on the field,
no,
I don't
didn't.
think. If we look at the units tab, there's nothing there right now. He's actually going up to Hive right now. Just 3 Mutalisks coming onto the field. Not much of a bank either. I mean, DroneofArc never really... Is he up there now? No. I mean, he's only down at 56 harvesters. Never got up to that money, like 75, 80 harvesters that you really want as a Zerg player. Does have plenty of larvae. He's sitting at 15 larvae. He's been hitting his injects all right, but just doesn't have the money to create all the units that he wants. In fact, we are seeing, even though he's going up to Hive, now he doesn't have enough money to get the Ultralisk Cavern that he wants. I think ProMarine is in a better position right now. He has the economy. He has a huge economy advantage over his opponent, really. I mean, 68 over 54 harvesters. He has the current army, and I think overall he just has the better army.
Yeah, the Zerg player here just is not getting the tech that he needs. I mean, he's been doing decent on the upgrade count. Let me check here. He hit 2-2 and then just stopped abruptly because he didn't have Hive. Now with Hive finished, we should see that 3-3 and the Super Zerglings, which is called Adrenal Glands. I cannot believe I forgot that. That is sad.
I mean, come on, even Cracklings is better than Super Zerglings.
They're super. They're super good. They're awesome.
ProMarine is going to be pushing on the creep, clearing up a lot of creep tumors. Very nice. Getting his mines set down as well. And that's going to pretty much make it so DroneofArc can't engage at all. In fact, there's actually a little bit of a counterattack. Oh, okay, just a couple of Zerglings running into the third base of ProMarine, not really doing much. Here come the Mutalisks, though. There are Widow Mines and a lot of Marines over here. Oh, man, he needs to be so careful right now. Also, a drop going on at the 4th right now. In fact, ProMarine actually defending and attacking on all sorts of different fronts. Good positioning for the Marines, but the Banelings are going to clean that up. In the meantime, going to be pushing down the main area of the map as well, trying to bait the Zerglings back into those Widow Mines.
Yeah, desperately trying to get those Widow Mine hits, because right now the Zerg army just too big for the Terran to engage head-on. That many Lings just not going to be able to do too much. A couple of Mutas are going to get caught on the backside here. Going to go ahead and get picked off. No problem at all. Here they go. Going in. The Widow Mines are cleaned up. Here comes the massive Zerg force and doing so much damage to the Terran army. There's still a decent bit here in the back. One tank left. Going to fall. Zerg going to go ahead and trade really well there, taking the supply lead and pushing forward. The Mutalisks are going to be able to clean up on the Medevacs, and that is actually going to be the game as ProMarine does leave. DroneofArc going to get the victory.
The problem here, and I can tell you it right now, okay, look, the supplies look fairly even. If you look at the army supply, you know, it doesn't really look that bad necessarily. Look how many Medevacs we have. That is way too many medevacs, especially considering that all the bio is dead right now. There were a couple of great Baneling hits. The Widow Mines did not connect. And on top of that, I mean, the Widow Mines actually just died because of the Banelings. But on top of that, ProMarine never really decided, do I want to go Widow Mines for my splash damage, or do I want to go Siege Tanks? He kind of went halfway in between for a lot of the game. Then when he started getting more Siege Tanks, he didn't get upgrades for them. They just weren't nearly as effective as the 2-2 Lings.
Well, not only that, we also had that terrible positioning in the middle of the map. Like, I don't want to harp on any of these players, but that's something that you can definitely work on as any race, is something that a lot of players don't realize is very important, and that is positioning. We saw the Terran sitting in this huge wide open space in the middle of the map here by the watchtower, and yeah, he had a decent spread of units, but it just made it so much easier for the Zerg to get a good surround and just pick them off no problem, and just sort of go around some of the Widow Mines, or go around some of the tanks, get a good flank in here, get a good surround here, which is just not really what you want as a Terran player. You don't want to get caught out of position, get caught out on the wide open. I would have preferred to see him do some sort of pushing around this side of the map, just because this is a little bit more tight, a little bit more pushing forward. If you're going to go for that Marine tank or that Bio Marine play, you just sort of mine up and bunker up this area. I don't know if you can see my pings. This area here.
Yeah, I can see them. In fact, they persist. They don't stop.
Oh, good. That area there, you can set up a couple tanks, a couple bunkers, and that area is going to be fine. It's very difficult to engage that area as a Zerg.
I would just like to make one closing note on top of everything you said. ProMarine, yeah, he messed up a little bit. He had that big engagement out in the middle of the map. DroneofArc, I would say, actually got kind of lucky with that, because he just didn't tech. He waited so long to get his Mutalisks out. You could tell he wanted to go into the Ultralisk, but just didn't have the gas when the time came around. Pardon?
didn't have any infestors either.
Yeah, he never got any. Well, I don't know if the infestors were necessary in this composition.
I really like the infestors, especially if you're going versus heavy bio with Ling Bane comp.
Mm-hmm.
It's able to lock down the units a lot better, especially with the way ProMarine was playing. He was poking forward with the Marines, trying to bait the Zerg back. If you can catch a handful of those Marines with a fungal here or there, you're going to be put in a significantly better position. I also think that the harassability of infestors is just so good with the infested Terrans. I've seen a lot of high-level Zergs just go infestors and just use 3 or 4 infestors, just heave a bunch of infested Terrans, and just clear a mineral line. It's so easy to either A, clear a mineral line, or B, even pick off the command building.
Well, thank you for the closing analysis there, Sleeper Cells. Thank you, everybody, for joining in on this edition of the CoffeeCast Laddercast edition. And until next time, guys, this is Coffee Break, signing out.